Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Happy holidays. Welcome to our Las Vegas home and welcome to my Las Vegas end of the year 2018 plant collection tour. We're gonna give a break from the Santa Monica collection and talk about the plants here in Las Vegas. And if you're celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve here. So this year with our businesses going every day, 7 days a week, and my mom hardly being home, and we're constantly on the go. This year we are not doing any Christmas trees in our home, but my mom did get 2 big poinsettias for my grandma, so they're displayed in front of the fireplace with presents. I want to go ahead and talk about all of the plants starting from the downstairs, and then we'll go upstairs and talk about the plants in my bedroom. All of the plants in my bedroom are very low maintenance because I'm not here full time. I come out here twice a month for work, so they're very low maintenance. So let's go ahead and talk about the house plants in the Las Vegas collection. There are a handful of them. They were purchased from my mom's husband and they were living in the kitchen full time, but with my mom's recent hobby of all things afternoon high tea, there's a big collection now of teacups and teapots and all of that in the kitchen, and the house plants are moved outside. So let's go ahead and talk about the 4 house plants. Now these 4 house plants have not been repotted or replanted into a different planter. These are the way how they came when they were purchased. So they sit in a terracotta planter with their nursery planter. So this is another way that you can have your house plants if you don't want them to be planted right into the planter. This is great for if you want to take them out, water them, and then stick them right back in. Now this particular umbrella plant is like 3 times the size of mines that I have in my collection in Santa Monica, so maybe I might go ahead and plant them up all together and they can be one happy family. There's a lot of new growth here, as you can see, and this has been in the house for about a year now. This is the Dieffenbachia, and as you can see, it is on a little wilted side. I did water it this morning, so it should perk up. This one can be finicky for some people. Kira had this plant and she ended up letting me adopt it because it wasn't doing good in her home. So same thing, it sits in a terracotta planter. The nursery planter sits right in there. So I'll probably take these back as well. So here's another Dieffenbachia. So this is what happens if you don't water the plant. I just gave it a water right before I started recording this video, so it should perk right back up before the end of the day. Dieffenbachias are very easy house plants, but you do need to water them once a week. So I'm gonna take these back. And again, these planters and the plants came together and the nursery planter sits in here. I'll decide what I do with them when I take them back to Santa Monica. The last house plant I want to talk about is the spider plant. This is a curly spider plant. It's actually a lot fuller than mine that I have living in the greenhouse. I'm not too sure what happened to my curly spider plant in Santa Monica, but this one is doing pretty good, and I'll take this back to Santa Monica and see how it does in my collection. But the 4 plants that I just went over were living in the kitchen full time until my mom added her teacup collection. Welcome to our kitchen. As you can see, there's a handful of plants here. They live right in front of the stove. There's not much cooking happening in our home because we own 2 restaurants that are 7 days a week. So we're always there and not really here. Although the plants here are very low maintenance, easy plants. My mom isn't a plant person, although she appreciates a few plants in the home. They're very low maintenance and easy for her, and I keep an eye on them whenever I'm here. I take care of the plants. I'm out here twice a month. As you can see, there are a bunch of planters here filled with plant babies. My mom's husband purchased all of the planters. They were filled with a bunch of plants. Some of them are the original plants and some of them died off, and I filled them up. This is the first guy here. So this is a Cressula ovata, and there's red edges on here. This particular Cressula ovata came with this planter. It's doing well, and this is like almost like a fake cement type of planter. I don't know what it's made of, but it gives that cement look to it. I love that. It gives a minimalistic vibe to the space. So these are doing great in the collection. And this guy here is actually a cutting that I got hiking with Kira in Las Vegas. I have 2 small ones that are not doing this great in the Santa Monica collection, but as you can see, all of this and this is new growth. He's kind of crazy. I don't know what to do with him. I think I might propagate him here, maybe leave this here and then stick him back into the planter. I don't know. So he has a quirky vibe to him. So he lives down here in the plant gang. And then here is a Kalanchoe. And this guy is so cute. He's the original baby to this planter that my mom's husband picked up for the home. And he looks great in here. So far, he's doing good. Here is the fairy castle cactus that my mom gifted me a while back. This is a new resident for this planter. and there is a lot of slow new growth happening to this guy. This particular cactus is a very slow grower, but I love him so much that I had to get 2 more from my collection in Santa Monica after my mom gifted this to me, because when she gifted this to me, I never knew that this plant existed. And I fell in love with it. I had to get 2 more for Santa Monica. So this one lives here full time. Here is a Haworthia. This guy came with this planter. He's doing really great. I love how he looks in the cement planter. And then if you see right here, there is a small little baby on the side. Haworthias for the most part are very low maintenance plants, so it's perfect for my mom's taste in plants. And I love the aesthetic of the plant and planter together. I think it looks great. So this is the original baby that came in this planter. So here's the last baby. This is our prickly pear cutting from the Arizona house, and it is a new resident to this planter. I think it works out great. I do have another prickly pear cutting above the fireplace. I'll show you that in a second. So this completes all of the babies that are living in this plant gang. Let's go ahead and move on to a few point of view of the kitchen. So I'm going to talk about 2 lucky bamboos that my mom has in the kitchen. Here's one of them, and I love the long stems and how it's exposed through the glass. And then on the top part, the bamboo spirals. I love that. Lots of new. So this is the same style of bamboo that we have in our restaurant, and this is something that you should be gifting to someone for good luck. And let me know down in the comments below if you were ever gifted a bamboo. And what style of lucky bamboo do you have? These are very low maintenance plants. And again, if you watch my channel, you've seen all of the lucky bamboos that I was able to gift everyone for the holiday season. So this lives here in the corner of our kitchen. And this is the same style of lucky bamboo that I gifted everyone. And this is a 2-tier lucky bamboo, and it's just living in a glass. I think this is probably like the original setup that it came with, and this lives on the opposite side of our kitchen. So these are very low maintenance. As long as there's water in here, it's a very easy plant. And as you can see, it does really well with low lighting. So if you're looking for an office plant or anything like that, I think that's a great plant to have. But again, it has to be gifted to you. So these are the 2 lucky bamboos. Downstairs by our kitchen window, these plant cuttings here, these are the Cebu Blue Philodendron. And I don't have this one in my collection, and my subscriber from Dallas, she was nice enough to send me plants. She sent me plants before. So thank you so much. If you guys ever want to send me anything, I have my mailing address in the description box down below. And I'm going to take these back to Santa Monica and we'll see how they do. They were, you know, they look pretty decent for making it through the mail from Dallas to Las Vegas. And I have them just in a glass bottle that I upcycled. So let's go ahead and move on into the living room area. Here is our fireplace. As you can see, it's set up because it is Christmas Eve. And right above the fireplace, there are a few cactus babies. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring them down so you can see what they look like. Here's the first baby that lives above the fireplace. As you can see, it is another prickly pear. So this is our second prickly pear cutting from Arizona in the Las Vegas home. The planters that my mom has styled above the fireplace, these guys came from a random store in the middle of the desert when she was doing the road trip from Las Vegas to Arizona, and she wanted a souvenir. So I love the aesthetic of the planter, so she just has this right above the fireplace. Here's the other guy living in the same style of planter but smaller. This is actually a cactus that Kira wanted me to adopt because it wasn't doing well in her collection. I think it's doing okay. I mean, there's little browning tips on the top that I should go ahead and prune off, but for the most part, all of this is new growth. So this lives right above the fireplace, and I love the aesthetic of the fuzziness with the white lining of the planter design. I think that looks super cute. So welcome to my bedroom. We are here upstairs in our home, and I have all of my plants that live here full time in my bedroom right up against the bedroom window on my nightstand because there's not a lot of natural lighting that goes throughout this whole space up here. So all of my plant babies live on my nightstand, and I don't mind them at all taking up real estate on the nightstand. I do come out here twice a month, and that's fine with me. I think they look absolutely adorable, and I don't mind looking at them when I wake up and when I go to bed. These are all very low maintenance, and they've been in the collection ever since we moved into the home. Here's the first guy right up front, and this is my zigzag baby, and this is actually from my mother plant. I have it in a thrifted cup. I have a few of these in my Santa Monica collection. I left one back for this guy. Here is a cute snail planter that I picked up from the 99-cent store, if you remember from one of my plant hauls a while back. This particular cactus I got from Las Vegas at a nursery here. I don't know the exact ID on this one, but I want to say he might be cousins of the pincushion. I got them all at the same time. And this guy, I don't know the ID on him either. So he has the Peruvian old man vibe to him, although he has like long spiny pricklies on him. I don't know the name of this guy, so if you guys want to help me ID him, he's probably a Peruvian old man variation with the long prickly pines on him. And this was probably purchased for maybe $3 here in Las Vegas. So this planter I got from Home Goods and I love the patterns on it. Here's my domino cactus, I believe. And this lives in a planter that I got from the 99-cent store. And he's been living in here full time. I just love the aesthetic of this. And I just have one planter here, which I'll fill up eventually. This was gifted from my mom from the 99-cent store. And I just have him turned upside down to help lift this guy up a little bit to give some dimension to this space until I put a plant in him. Now this is such a cute owl planter. I just have two succulents up here. And this guy, I absolutely love. He's a cement planter. I got him, I believe, from Marshall's. And he just sits right here in the front. And I love the vibes that he gives to this space. So here is 3 Peruvian old mans. If you remember a while back, I planted them up. This was purchased here in Las Vegas, and these planters came from Home Goods here. And I love how they're like plant ganged in here, so they live back here. Up front here is another variation of the Peruvian old man, so a little bit shorter and chubbier. And again, in the same planter, and I love grouping them up. I think they look so cute together as a little family. And then of course, I couldn't have this Las Vegas house without some jade cuttings from my Santa Monica home. This planter was gifted to me from my mom. It's a teacup planter. I absolutely love it. So yes, I do have some jade babies here. To wrap up the video, I want to end with 2 plants that live in the front of our home, and they live out there full time. So here's the one succulent that we do have living in the front of the home, and this is a variegated elephant's bush, and it came in this hanging setup, so it lives right in front of our entryway. Here's our other plant that lives in the front of our home, and this is a ficus that my mom's husband picked up for my mom, I want to say 2 Christmases ago. And as you can see, there's a lot of growth here. This was purchased from IKEA, and this is the planter that it came with. Kira has one exactly like this. It's not as full, but look at all of this growth. And this is a really low maintenance plant. My mom doesn't do anything to it, and look at all of the leaves. I think it is a stunning plant to have, and if I had this plant in my collection, I would probably want to just have it sit like on a coffee table and just be a statement plant. But again, this is a very low maintenance plant, so it's perfect for my mom, and this just lives in the front of our entryway to our home. And I want to say this is probably the best looking ficus bonsai I've ever seen. It is so cute, and look at the chubby stem on the bottom. I love that. I know Julie would probably appreciate this plant a lot. I think she has this in her collection, maybe a small one. So that is going to wrap up my end of the year 2018 plant collection tour for Las Vegas. The 4 house plants that I did feature in the beginning part of the video, I'll probably adopt and take back to Santa Monica. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think about all of the low maintenance plants in the Las Vegas collection? Again, I'm here twice a month, so it's definitely plants that I don't have to keep up with every day and water every week. And I love being able to still enjoy plants in my Las Vegas home, even if I'm not here to take care of them every week. So I hope that maybe inspires you if you're looking for low maintenance plants, or if you're never really around and on the go, or not really into plants but want a few plants in your home. I think all of these plants are really great for someone on the go. And I'm really excited to go back to Santa Monica to wrap up my plant collection tour for my Santa Monica home, so stay tuned. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Hit the bell and subscribe button to be notified whenever I do an upload. I try my best to do daily uploads on this channel. You can find more on my blog at ilovejewelyn.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha from Las Vegas, Nevada. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.